I love to cook Asian food. I'm half Asian and I've never even made like a yum cha spread at home. So what I want to test out today is, can I make yum cha but easier? Guys, if you're here, commit with me. Make these buns, they're so good. Hey guys, I'm Marion and this is Marion's Test Kitchen. So this is a series where I test out the cool techniques, the gadgets, the methods, so you don't have to. Yum cha, or dim sum as it's also known, is an awesome restaurant experience where you get all these little things like dumplings and buns and desserts and meats and seafoods. Well, for me, there needs to be dumplings, obviously, some sort of steamed bun, a congee, not for everyone, but I love congee. It needs to be protein and also dessert. Now, I have partnered with Panasonic for this episode, and this little guy here has quite a few little functions that I think are going to help me out in my quest to make an easier yum cha at home. There's steaming, there's slow cook, there's porridge. I mean, it can also make rice, obviously. But can it make all of my yum cha things? Well, let's see. We're going with my ultimate recipe for shumai. So what we need for that is some finely minced prawn, some roughly chopped prawn, this gives us a really good texture, pork mince, finely grated garlic, soy sauce, white pepper, sesame oil, sugar, salt, an egg, corn flour and spring onion. Now give this a really good mix. It's important you mix vigorously here because we're creating the right texture. And then when you've got a texture that looks like this, very sticky, then you know you're done. Now the reason I chose this particular dumpling is that you don't have to do a whole bunch of like fiddling here to shape the dumpling. So let me show you what I mean. We grab a hold of a wonton wrapper. One of the secrets here though is that your wonton wrappers always come square, but you'll get a better shape if you cut it into a round. Now take some of your filling and then just squish. Now one little restaurant trick here to make your shumai really pretty is just to add a little bit of chopped carrot into the center and you're done. I mean, is that not the quickest dumpling to make ever? So easy. Now the cool thing about my Panasonic rice cooker is that it comes with this little steamer basket that fits very neatly into the rice cooker. We're using the steam function, close the lid, and we will have dumplings very soon. Now let's get in here and have a look. Look at those little guys, they're so cute. They've steamed perfectly in here. I mean, there's no doubt, rice cooker can steam. For the bun component of my yum cha spread, I have chosen a spring onion steamed bun. It goes really well in terms of like dunking into the pork ribs I'm gonna make later on. Yes, you don't wanna miss that one. Okay, so plain flour, milk powder, sugar, baking powder and yeast. Mix that together and then the wet ingredients are just some warm water and some oil. Now start mixing all those ingredients together until you get like this crumbly sort of situation you see here. Once you got that, tip it out onto your board and then knead and knead and knead and knead and knead until things look like this. Nice smooth dough ball. Pop that into a bowl, cover the bowl and let the dough rest for 90 minutes or until it's doubled in size. The easiest way to deal with steamed bun dough is to just put a little bit of oil down here, scoop your dough out, just give it a little bit of a knead, roll out the dough, cut out some little circles here, around about 8 centimeters would be best. Now the filling part is spring onion, ginger, and just a little sprinkling of salt. Take a hold of one of your rounds here. Okay, a little bit of our spring onion mixture in the middle. Wrap up and squish the dough again. It's like the dumplings, just squish everything together and then roll it up. And then look at that. You should totally be feeling like a yum cha master right now. Now just go through and keep making these until you run out of dough and spring onions. So these now go into the rice cooker and then they just need 10 minutes and then let's just see how fluffy these buns can be. Did that rhyme? Did I just do it, Dr. Seuss? Okay, let's open this up and have a look because I'm very excited. Look at those. Oh my goodness. Look at this fluffy bun business. This is yum cha to me. You need to have a fluffy bun so that you can dunk it in the chili oil and dunk it in like the rib sauce and all the things. black bean pork ribs are like my ultimate at a Yum Cha lunch. But one of the things that I think could be improved on the restaurant version is that the restaurant version is always steamed and the pork is a little chewy. Now the Asian half of me is saying, that's great, we like chewy pork ribs. My Western side is saying, no, I like pork ribs that are really soft and tender. So I'm gonna go with the Western side, don't tell my mum, and I'm gonna try slow cooking these ribs in my rice cooker to see if we can get like a better texture. But first off, what you need to do is start off with asking your butcher for these. So these are pork spare ribs. They looked like this originally, and I got the butcher to cut them in half. All I need to do now is just cut these into their individual pieces. Ribs are going into the rice cooker. Such a weird thing to say, but we are testing it out. To the ribs, I need to add some salt, Shaoxing wine, white pepper, sugar, corn flour, and a cup of water. Mix all of that through. Now close the lid, and my Panasonic rice cooker does have a slow cook function, so I'm going to use that and cook these ribs for 1 hour. So it's been 50 minutes, not quite the 1 hour yet, but I wanted to break in here, see what's happening, and then add in some black bean and some chili for the final bit of flavor. I'm really interested to see what's happened in here though, because I don't know. Ooh, it's kind of got that shiny, porky texture, definitely that a Yum Cha pork rib dish would have. Is it any softer though? That is the big question for me. When you've got a clean break like that on your rib, you know you've got a soft, tender rib. Look at that, clean. Let's see. So that's literally the perfect texture for me. Not so traditional, but better. I'm gonna get in so much trouble about that. Anyway, let's go and add in some black bean, a little bit of chili. That's mainly just for color. Now just 10 minutes more, I think, just to let that black bean and the chili do its thing in there. And then we're gonna serve that guy up with the rest of our spread later on. But I still have to make the most amazing shortcut quick congee you've ever seen. Let's do those things first because I'm getting really hungry and I wanna eat my Yum Cha feast. We've got sushi rice, which isn't traditional, but will give you a really great texture. Chicken stock, ginger, and some spring onion. Pop the lid on and cook until it's a really soft porridge consistency. Spoon it out into your bowls and just top with some ginger, spring onion, a little bit of rotisserie chicken, another cheat of mine, some sesame oil, and a little dash of soy sauce. And that is a very cheats version of congee. Now, mango pancakes is like a classic Yum Cha dessert, and in the spirit of making everything in my rice cooker, I am going to attempt to make the crepes for the pancakes in the rice cooker. So let's get going on that. So for my crepe batter, I need plain flour, icing sugar, and some custard powder. Just mix that together, and then I need to add some milk, eggs, and a little melted butter. And then I whisk it until I get a really smooth batter. So there are lots of settings here, but I think I'm gonna go with the cake bread setting for this one. Okay, a little bit of oil. Look at the color of that batter, it's so nice. Kind of gives you a nice shape. Actually, if I close the lid, that'll help because then I won't have to flip it over. Hopefully it'll all cook through. Makes sense. Do we have pancakes? Let's see. That actually looks really good. Oh, it comes out really easily. Oh, that's hot. The getting out business is a little trickier. Oh, there we go. Ow, ow, ow. I need to find a better way to do that. Oh, look at that color. That is perfect. So I wasn't quite sold on the idea of making crepes in the rice cooker because I thought maybe it's a bit too much palaver, but actually the color and the way these have turned out because of the gentle heat in the rice cooker is really nice. It's hard to get that really even color when you're making these in a frying pan. So actually there is a benefit to making it in there. I like it. Okay, but we need to do filling, so I'm gonna get some cream. To assemble the pancakes, I take 1 crepe, place down 1 piece of mango, top with cream, and fold it up just like you would kind of like a spring roll. Okay, look at our little guy here. Oh my goodness. Yum Cha is full of cute things. Let's get in here and have a look. Ta-da! Ah, so nice. It's gonna taste good.